And I have returned. Welcome back. For those watching the VODs on YouTube, I have a Dolly. Hi. Hello, Dolly. Hello, my sweet. Please be sure to do all the social stuff below the video and all that good stuff. We are in the process today of making additional power because I apparently do not have much power remaining. Or at least I have very little in this base available at the moment. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. So I need to make sure that I have sufficient amounts and am not going to quote-unquote death spiral via a positive feedback loop down to 0 power. So what do I need? I need some powerhouses. I need 12 powerhouses, as well as 8 more of the combustion towers. So let's have a look here. I need to go in here, see what I need for these. A lot of circuits. So let me grab some circuits. I have a few circuits right here. Just a few. 1, 2. Then I need what? I need stuff from the combustion turbines, iron in the form of sticks and pipes. Hey, you're not. And here's Ollie. Hi, Ollie. Yes, I know you want to go see what your sister's up to. There's the Ollie. There's the Ollie too. They are here today. This afternoon. 3, 4. Wow, steel. Hello. Alright, I guess most of the stuff is going to start accruing down at the bottom of the bus now. Now that I have set everything up at the end, put a whole bunch of chests at the very end of the bus, so yes, for some time. Did I break a thing just now? No. Good! I did not break a thing. I think. As the kittens are doing things at the office window right now. Give me steel. Gib steel. Then make that. Then Gib. Uh-oh. I don't have iron. I don't have the iron! Sneeze? Dolly sneezing? Dolly is sneezing! She is sneezing. Hello. Hi. I see you're returning. How's my Dolly? How's that Dolly? What's she up to? What is that Dolly up to? Oh, wow, you need a few more. Wait, what? Oh. Settings. Mod settings. Hello. Additional pace settings. Additive values. Thanks. And yeah, times 10. Yeah, that's much more ideal. Yeah, much more ideal. Also, I need the fluid wagons. That would be great. Ah, Ollie. Hi. You're running away, so I can't grab you? Bring that forward a bit. Alright. Good. Stuffs. Limit. Yes, limit's good. Limits are great. Almost set up fully on those things. I guess this can technically get limited too. That's all full. That's great. This is filling. Still doesn't stop me from needing even more iron. So let me see. What else? I have 5. I need 12. Small parts. Okay, I can at least grab one of those. 7. Where's my vehicle? Vehicle! So this is where things are gonna get, like, super funky, because I have to, like, go all the way up my bus to grab the iron as it's being produced, and then I have to go all the way down the bus. Didn't I just see something a little bit off? Ah, yeah, it's just that that's going up, and it's, yeah. Alright. Accruing stuffs. I have to go all the way up to grab iron, and then all the way back to grab the other stuff. Right? Whenever I need other stuffs. So, this'll take a few moments as we build our things, so that I can have sufficient power. And it's gonna be like this for a little bit of time. In fact, what I'll mostly be doing off-screen between videos, or between streams, is scaling. We're going to be scaling just a little bit. Just a smidge. Oh wow, lead? I need lead? Sure. I need lead. A good stack of lead. That's probably all the way down at this point. Oh. Okay. Sure. Lead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Small parts. Ah. Yeah, small parts are also a thing that are accruing. Yes. Lead and read and lead and red are things that rhyme and are spelled the same. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's what I need there. I also need a F-ton of gasifiers. That is a technical term. An F-ton of gasifiers. Yes, more. More! Yes, steel. 500 steel, that's pretty nice. Gassies! I need gassies. Gassies? Hello, iron. Give more gasifiers. Where did I park? Where did I park? There? Okay. Let's go grab our crawdad and start placing buildings down. And hope that in the meantime I don't death spiral down to... Oh. What? Alright, so something backed up, and I now no longer have as much of a demand for power. Okay. Something just, has finished backing up. Somewhere. Don't know what, but something backed up and reduced the amount of power that I need right now. Yay! Glorious, beautiful, wonderful things. Oh yeah, and I also need 3 of these things, too. So, we have to make sure we do that, because then nothing's gonna move until I get those. Alright, because this needs biomass. Oh, also tailings ponds. Yes, those are good things to have. They are made here. Oh yeah, I can't have those placed by the doohickeys. these need to be placed manually. Unless that's been fixed. I don't think that's been fixed. Yeah, they need to be placed manually. I also need some more gas vents, it looks like. So I need more stuff for more gas vents as well. What even are you? Oh, this is the ash. Right. This is the line for the ash output. I'm just gonna stack this here and void it locally. Boinky, boinky, boinky. Do, 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 do. That, there, there. Power, 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 power. Ta-da! Void line. Just add solid fuel. So while doing this, while I have this on my mind, we've been in discussion about anime for several streams. Why stop now? Why bother stopping now? So, I've been watching some anime off on my own time in the evening hours, just a little bit. And after having finished Reincarnated as a Slime, I decided to attempt the other night to watch the Ari Ferretta from Commonplace World's Strongest anime, and I got through like 5 episodes, and I just could not continue with that show. I could not bring myself to continue with that show because it does such a massive disservice to the light novel source material. It is bad. Like, it straight up, it's bad. There is no way around it. The Ari Ferretta anime is just bad. Those involved in the production of that anime should be completely ashamed of themselves, specifically the writers for that show. They should absolutely be ashamed that it's awful. It is awful. Like, from episode 1, it's awful. And the light novels are strictly better. They are strictly better. You get so much more context behind everything. Absolutely everything, and everything makes much more logical sense in the flow of the story and all of that. You actually see all of the events leading up to where the show decided to start, which is like, it was not a good decision. Awful decisions were made on the Ari Ferretta anime, and I just could not. I could not even. I could not. It was so utterly disappointing that that was the case. I couldn't continue watching that particular show. So then I decided to have a look at the what was it? What was next? I'm trying to remember. I had a look at the average, didn't I say, to make my abilities average in the next life? And I think it is a decent show. I couldn't bring myself to watch after the first few minutes of the first episode of the show, but it does seem like it's at least entertaining just not what I was looking for. That's more my personal preference, and I will say that the anime takes a very different direction than the light novels. It is its own thing. It is completely separate from the light novels in the way that it's telling the story. It does not begin with where the light novels begin. It's starting sort of in the middle of things, a little bit later than where the light novels start. So you don't really get from the beginning much of the backstory at the very beginning of episode 1 anyway. So it's interesting. They do introduce these. It's the same characters as in the light novels, so at least there's that. But yeah, they made it something that I really don't think that the light novels really are as a whole. They the anime is definitely seeming like it's a slice of life exclusively anime, and that's not really the light novels. There's elements of that, but it's not the primary thing. What am I going to pick for tech? I don't even know. We're just gonna grab all of the tech, all of it. Every bit of tech will be mine. You stacking, so I can stack molybdenum. That sounds like a great idea. Stack the moly ore, so I can void it better. Then I watched the first episode of Tower of God on Crunchyroll, and that is a legitimately really, really good show. That is not the type of show that I tend to watch. I'm just not particularly into that particular type of thing, but I can tell immediately that it is really good. So yeah, it's unfortunate it's not really the type of thing that I tend to watch. It's the only thing about that. So I haven't continued that. I don't think I'm going to continue it, but it's definitely good. Like I can tell it's definitely good. I I also don't really care for the art style on it either. So it's like you'll either be okay with it or you'll not, and I'm on the side of not particularly being okay with it. And let's see, I need titanium. I need the titanium plates for these thingies. Also, a lot more iron apparently. Hello, iron. Give me iron. That's one. I need 3 of these. And then I finally got around to starting to watch season 3 of Sword Art Online. And I've watched the first 4 or 5 episodes, something like that. Through the episode titled Project Alicization, which finally I got the pronunciation. Finally, I understand. I understand the word now, and the pronunciation of the word. It is Alicization. Or the process of making Alice. You can think of it as that, which has its own acronym in the show. So the thing is, of course, I'm gonna point out issues, right? Uh, it is entertaining. It does bring up uh elements of ethics of future tech. It is not executed in a particularly uh well written way. Is how I will put that. Like there are some fundamental flaws to the basis of the entirety of this particular season. Something's behind. Oh, there's an ollie laying down behind me. Um, yeah, just something about the presence. The presence? No, gosh, the word left me. The basis of the show doesn't seem of the season of the events leading to the start of the season just doesn't sit quite well logically with me. So it's like, why go through all this effort to do this specific thing when you don't need to go through all this effort to do this specific thing? I can't really say much more without going into very spoilery type stuff with this. So yeah, just know that for me, the whole basis behind the events leading into this season are just not great. What did you miss in the last 15 minutes? I'm just talking about anime, and I now have the power set up done. I have been talking about anime, how I did not like Ari Ferretta anime. It is trash tier of an anime, which is a shame considering the actual light novels for Ari Ferretta from Commonplace to World's Strongest are like they are really really good, really really good, and the novels at this point are almost done with the main story, uh, which is it's just it's so disappointing. They terrible. It's terrible. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. And then I got it. I've just been talking about how I have now started watching the Sword Art Online season 3 Alicization season. They're on season 4 now. Just so we're clear on that, how much I have to watch there. And yeah, I don't really like if you're just watching and you're not really thinking all that much about it, it's fine. But like the as soon as you start actually thinking in any degree of depth about the lo- logic of the events that have happened and like the whole basis for this season's events, it starts to unravel. Like it really does unravel pretty quickly when you actually start thinking about it, which is a shame, a real shame that it just unravels that quickly. Oh hey, please fix the thing, fix that thing. But it is very entertaining. I can say that it is a very entertaining season, which tends to happen. But it's yet another damsel in distress season. Like this author doesn't seem to know how to write anything other than a damsel in distress story. For some reason, this author for Sword Art seems to not know how to write anything other than a damsel in distress story. Because that's been season 2 and 3. Like that was the whole Fairy Dance arc, that was the whole Gun Gale arc, and now it's looking like this first part of the Alicization arc is also a damsel in distress story, which is like, why do you keep doing this? Why? It's okay to do once and then move on to other things, but why? This is Pie Mods. This is Pie Mods. We are doing Pie Mods. This is Pie. We are on Pie. This is PyBlock, which includes the entire Pie suite. This is just a different style of playing the Pie suite, more in line with the C block style, with the limited space to build upon, and you have to expand manually and all that. But yeah, it's the full Pie suite still. I've got all the Pie stuff now. How many resources do I have available? That's a better question to try to answer. Oh yeah, you need pipe and storage tanks. That would be ideal of for things to make. Yeah, pipe and the storage tanks, which also I have that stuff. So it actually doesn't tweak that much. It tweaks a little bit, but not a ton. It adds, yes, it adds some ways of getting early ore through quenching towers. Yeah, it's nowhere near the level of changes that need to be made to make C block work with angels. Like there's nowhere near the level of changes. Like at this point in the game, it's basically the same as a regular Pi game. Like from here out, it's nearly identical. There's very few things that need to be different. In particular, the how we get the rare earth oxide is going to look a little bit different, but what we do with it is identical. It is exactly the same. How we get the various ore types are at some point once I get into the drilling fluids going to be exactly the same as what you have available to you in the regular Pi suite through ground boring. And then from there it's the same. The main thing is getting stone from water. It's soil to stone, and then using that to get tar through the vanilla Pi suite stone to tar recipe, and then from there doing whatever you need to do for petrochemicals out of tar. So that's what happens. Yeah, and a lot of it with a lot of my problem with Seabach is that yes, it is someone else's version of Angels. That's what it really feels like. It's like it doesn't feel like I'm playing Angels or Bobs anymore, but something completely different, which is not really what I want. So what's the point of PyBlock if it's not a completely different experience? Well, you still start with the lack of space, right? You still start in a single tile with 1,000 landfill. You start that way, and then you are then forced to get all of your resources from water. In a normal Pi Suite game, you aren't forced to get all of your stuff from water, even though you can get most of your stuff from water. Key exception being rare earth stuff, although there is technically now a method of getting rare earth ore. Why does this always only bring up the powder when I need to bring up the ore? So rare earth ore has a Fat-Eye atomization, Fat-Eye carapace atomization to get into it, but the problem is you don't get this until stage 3 molecular decohesion, which is really late in the tech tree and after you need rare earth. So what we end up having here that's added to PyBlock is rare earth ore out of ash and tributyl phosphate, which is from N-butanol and phosphoryl chloride, which there's like it's basically chlorine. It's basically from chlorine and powdered phosphates. So you're basically converting phosphates into rare earth. That's the best way of explaining that. You're converting phosphate rock into rare earth stuff, which the phosphate rock primarily is probably going to be out of the tree seeds. Just going to throw that out there. We have two choices at this phase of the game, and that's the meat or the tree seeds. If we don't want to tap into any of the low amounts of ancient remains on the map, easier or harder? Harder. Absolutely harder. Much harder. Because you don't have any ore patches to tap into. It is most definitely more difficult in PyBlock than default Pi. Looks like I need more of this. More of this. Which, this is wood, basically. Actually, I need to think about that now. I need to math things now. Math! We need math. Math is stuff. Math is life, I guess. So I'm now at green science, which means I have access to the most ideal raw coal to coal processing. Which means that I now need to compare the processes of getting raw coal, the output of the processes of raw coal into coal versus directly getting coal from wood. Huh. Launch a rocket! We will at some point, but not anywhere near right now. Right now I am transitioning into a logistics mall, robot mall, as well as eventually getting my rail system set up. Rockets will still require circuit 2s, which effectively makes them a blue science thing. So if I go into here and I do rocketry, the rockets, or no, it's not rocketry, it's just, I guess, rocket or whatever space program. Rocket silos are blue science. Rocket silos are blue science because they take circuit 2s. There's no point for them being green. There's no point for them to be green. They are blue. You don't even get the rocket fuel until blue. But you will need to launch rockets if you want Tholans. Expect this to change at some point in the relatively near future. Relatively near future. There's also vat brains. There's also vat brains for chemical science. So you can get to it at grain science level of making science because this exists. The vat brain exists. Also, cotton guts exist, but the vat brain right here. What do you need for the vat brain? Well, you need automation and logistics science packs, which you already have. You need Nexlet plates, which you have. Brains, which you can get at Green Science. Small parts, crude oil, and fetal serum, which is guts and glass and silver. So if you have silver plates and creatures that you can slaughter for their brains, you can do vat brain biocomputing to get a trickle of blue science. And that would let you unlock the rocketry and the rocket silo, but you still can't do anything with it until you have circuit 2s, and by the time you have circuit 2s, you effectively have chemical science. Yeah. So there's that to consider. This is 300 science packs, wow. So even though you can unlock the tech, you can't really use it until you get circuit 2s. Anyway. Alright, as this stuff accrues, make sure I limit these things. It looks like somehow I'm using like all 13 iron per second that I'm currently producing, which is interesting to say the least. Also, like most of my copper. Didn't think it would be the iron that I would be limited by at this point in the game, but hey, here we are. Here we are, limited by the iron. Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. In part, this is because I now have all of these down here. All of these new buffer chests down here that are putting demand on the biosamples, which are eating up the steel. So a lot of my iron is being spent on making the steel right now. I now officially have access to the molten steel process. Similarly, solder is eating up tin and lead and all that good stuff, and this is eating up molten glass and etc., 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 etc. This is eating up all my coal production, and this was all the coal production, and yeah. Let's see, what do I want to do next? So we've started our mall. We have rails, so it's now to the point where I sort of need this tech to finish. Hello, tech. What are you waiting for? Ah, biosamples. Of course. It's always the biosamples. That is not the direction I wanted you to go. Hey, biosamples. You go that way. I need all those biosamples going into tech. That would be great. I'm sure that they are limited by the steel. More likely than not, on those biosamples. Let me have a look up here at the biosample production area. You are definitely limited by glass. Okay then. You are limited by a glass. Now, at the moment, there is a bug. Slash an unintended thing that's gone on. Where the glassworks for the glassware hot air recipe is only outputting one glassware when using hot air, which makes it the same as the version that doesn't use hot air. And I was pretty much depending on this actually having the extra glassware out, the 25% bonus or whatever that is. Basically there's a formula that's put in to make it 25% more, and it rounds up, and instead of multiplying by 1.25, it's being multiplied by 0.25. So that's great. Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. So that needs to get changed at some point, because we're not getting any benefit from using the hot air here. And that's what's using all this molten glass, because it's trying to make a whole bunch of glassware that I don't really need right now. Or that I do need for the red science, and it just can't keep up. So the amount of molten glass that I have is insufficient. I have insufficient molten glass production. I do have the syngas to feed this, though, so that's nice to see. I at least have that. I do have the power to go off of. 360 megawatts now of available power now that I have officially placed this down and have these going again. This adds another 120 megawatts of power, converting seaweed to biomass, and then using that for the powerhouses. And all of this ash is voiding here. So I can just place one of these setups down wherever I want to have 120 megawatts of power. For this amount of space, well, that's not that much. So we will have to think about what to do for power going forward. The best bonus is going to be when I do get access to the Mark II combustion turbines, but that's going to be a long ways away from now at Circuit 2s. So we have to worry about that. The thing about the glass is that my setup here is self-contained and doesn't require any other inputs outside of the solid fuel for the burners here, as well as the fluid fuel for the glassworks. Those are the inputs into the system. No other inputs required. It's just place these things and you're good. It makes 25 molten glass per second here at Mark 1 stuff. So I'm thinking of doing that. I am thinking of doing that. It does mean that I will need to have a ton of resources to make these buildings. However, what's the point of automation and making them all, if not to actually use them all to make the things that I need? So I will be choosing to do the automated screeners, the ball mills, the glassworks, washers, and soil extractors, and even the sinkholes here at the mall, and the burners, and all of that good stuff. I think maybe, like, the very first thing to do is, make more assembling machines. That sounds like a an idea. More regular, tiny assembling machines. Yeah, so we'll start with those. Make sure I have plenty of those as we slowly trickle in on the iron. Ever so slowly trickle in on the iron. Um, I would like for this to not become a cluster, like an actual terrible cluster of stuff that I get lost in, because that was the biggest issue last time, was literally getting lost among all the stuff in the mall. So I have to rethink how I want to organize this. Because sure, these are all useful things right now, but I sort of had an order to things, but it's just gonna be awful. It's just going to be awful no matter what I do. And I do have the recipe icons on the map to help make it a little bit easier to find these things. So let's keep that in mind as well. Anyway, you there. Oh yeah, I can make the better ones as soon as I have the advanced small parts as well. So let's get that request put in. Give it a little bit of iron so that it can go. There's 3 levels of this, so it's like, do I start by planning out the 3 levels of this and just have it like that? Be like, hey, there's 3 levels of this, or do I just not? Etc. etc. Yeah, when you have a mall of several hundred assemblers, it can be a real challenge to find where everything's at. Um, I do want to pre-plan for the Mark 1, 2, 3, 4 stuff as much as possible, but I know that may not be exactly feasible because there are a bunch of buildings that don't get unlocked until, like, Purple Science. Like, we won't have access to every building until late in the game. So even if I do set up areas, it's like, unless I go through and I double check what's left to unlock and what buildings are left to unlock so I leave space for them, what ends up happening is that I build a whole bunch of stuff and then I have to keep tacking on the end a whole bunch of random stuff, then I just start losing track of where things are. So anyway, this is consuming lots of steel, just for reference. Lots and lots of steel. Remembering what I said about, you know, having too much steel, well, as it turns out at this point in the game, yeah, maybe not the best of ideas. Hey, you, get out. Get that out of my inventory and get some of those out. Get that out. Just, oh yeah, and I got the tech to give me 10 more slots. That's great. I'll have even more tech to give me even more slots through the quality of life techs. Where is that? Quality of life techs. Yes, intermediate inventory size will give me another 10 inventory slots at green science, and then at blue science, oh boy, I'll get another 20 at blue science. Then I have to wait till yellow utility science, so that'll take some time. All that will take quite some time to get through. Okay, I need to deal with this sulfur. That is one thing I can do right now. And I will get power armor. So the thing is that with Tiny Start, this Tiny Armor Mark II has an inventory size bonus of 20, which means that I won't get a bonus from armor for a long, long, long time. The armor bonus will take a while. It shall take a while. Yes, this is fine. Just, you know, fill it with a fuel. Yes, fill it with a fuel. A fuel. There you go. Void! Void the stuffs. I'll let it go slowly because I'm a little bit backed up on lube. You can probably tell. Hello, thingies. Go and do stuff. You're not actually all operating right now? What? What are you limited by? Ah, circuits. Right. Makes sense to me. Like here, have some constructobots too. I have 120. 20 need to stay on me at all times. I would have a bonus from exoskeletons, yes, when I can get exoskeletons. So exoskeletons sort of require circuit 3s. So it's a really long, really long time before I can even think about getting exoskeletons. Which, by the way, exoskeletons are required to complete the game because they are needed for spacesuits for our glorious space Stingray that we will launch into space to return a cosmic space Stingray that then needs to be processed for an object that we need for perfect samples to get utility science. Yes, we literally throw a spacesuit on a special Dingret, launch it to space, and then slaughter it for research purposes. Glorious and beautiful research purposes. I also need to decide what my train stations are going to be like in this playthrough and where they are going to live. Where are my trains going to live? Yes, you need to launch rockets for utility science. You need to. It is required to launch rockets for utility science. That is an absolute requirement. I'm going to pick up my rails and just start making stuff with rails now. We're going to make a line for rails. Utility science is the second to last science. The last science is space science. I need this one. Hello. Give me the rail. There you are. Hey, it's the rail. I'm not going to expand my bus any further. So let me decide that I'm going to have this right here. It is great. We can do this from the map view now. It is so very fantastic that we can do this all right from the map view. And we can just like click and drag too. It is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We can just click and drag. Oh hey, my bots built stuff. The constructo bots built stuff that was in the construction area. Oh yeah, I don't have the signals. Oops. Let me go get the signals. Signals are pretty good. Signals are awesome. Let me grab my stack. Stack O signals. Place the things. Oh yes, I should automate my nanobot ammo, because they would be significantly faster than this. I just don't have the... I don't have the circuit production to keep up with how many nanobots I would need, right? So, yeah, that might be ever so slightly problematic. Ooh, hello. All that for 433,000 coal mines. Coal. Raw coal. And it needs kerosene, I think. So the raw coal mines... I think I can see this now, because this was one of the updates to... was it really used for at some point. They actually have the fluid type on the mined from page now. Mined from indicator, so the coal reserve needs kerosene. Just like the uranium ore. Uranium rock needs gasoline. And the ore itself needs sulfuric acid. It tells you now. Isn't that beautiful? Wonderful and magnificent? It actually tells you now what it needs to do things. So yes, I have this little bit of rail here on the side. No idea what I'm going to do in terms of a train station for this mall. The train station for the mall is always going to be the biggest train station. It's going to be absolutely gargantuan. If I keep them all here. Because that's another point to make. It's like, oh, we don't have to keep them all here. We could completely abandon the main bus completely and start setting up all of the individual stuff on the train network and just define a spot, a huge spot that will be mall, just mall. So I think that's what I'll probably end up doing, is just have this beginning spot be the, like, starter mall, just to give me, like, the rails, to give me some assembling machines that I'll need to get me, like, power poles and stuff, and otherwise just use that to springboard for the things. Maybe I'll get the big electric poles as well there. Just the useful things. The most useful of useful things. And we'll continue from there. I hope you like rail laying, because that's gonna be what I'm doing for the most part from here on out. Yes, these all have, like, lights and things. It doesn't matter at this point. Not until I get niobium processed to actually build the big electric poles. I don't think I've even unlocked the medium and big poles yet, so that's also a thing to keep in mind. I did unlock Neo processing. Pretty sure I unlocked the niobium processing. I have. So that means that as soon as I can get a consistent supply of ammonia, I need advanced electronics to get this recipe. I really need this recipe. I already have this recipe, though, so that could give me most of what I need. Most of what I need for processing the stuff. And just a reminder, by the way, when I went in onto my blueprint book for the modular rail system, 2-lane right-hand drive, I have set it not only to snap to grid on grid size and add an absolute reference point to it, I've also decreased the x coordinates from the default. I think it defaults to 46 on this grid. I have made it 42 so that it falls in the between on these power poles, these big power poles, because that's where this blueprint is designed to overlap, is over the power poles. It's meant for you to overlap on these big power poles. So that's how I did it. That is how I did it. Am I already out of signals? I am already out of signals. Out of the rail signals. Yay! We need more. More rail signals. Huzzah! Let's go grab more. This is, by the way, the period of the game that is the absolute slowest, because you've all of a sudden now dramatically increased your demand for buildings. Now that you're at the green science, the building demand is just skyrocketed. I did research the bulk rail loaders. I am making them right now. The loaders and the unloaders, they are automated already. Like most of the things I need for the rails are already automated. There is one thing that I am missing that is required, though. Actually, a couple things. There are a couple things that are required that I need. At least three things actually. That being the train requester, which requires lamps, which requires copper cable, as well as glass, so I'll have to put down a glass thing as well. I need the arithmetic combinators, and I need wires. Let's do red and green wires. That requires tinned copper cable. So let's go ahead and... Oh, can I not do... Oh, it's in raw ores. There we go. You, and you. This will be limited by a lot. All of these will actually be limited by a lot, and that will be that. Yeah, it's super expensive. It's super expensive, and I need the stations. Yes. And I need the stations, so let me see here. I should have had a few of these made by now. That needs to be there. Actually, that needs to be there. No, there, and there, and there. Grab that. And the stations. So I need the supplier and the requester station. Perfect. Yes, everything is expensive in Pi. Literally all of the things are expensive in Pi. So that is those stations. That's the stuff. I'm making that wire and that wire. That's just coming in as I am going out as quickly as it gets stuff, which is fine. Here's my arithmetic combinators. And yeah, that'll be those as soon as I get glass. Alright. I should be carrying around a glassworks, which is just fine. I can place this down basically wherever I want at this point. This is all just going to go into one of those. Speaking of those, I should automate those with a steel chest and provider and requester chest. It's that there. Doinky, doinky, and doinky, and get that much limiting. And that should be that. I should limit the copper cable to 1 stack, and nah, it's fine. It's fine. It won't matter. It will be just fine. Just fine. Also have to laugh that the boron trioxide hot air recipe also gives 1 glassware out when it's supposed to be like 7 or 5. I think it's 5. What's 3 times 1.25? 3 times 1.25 is 4. All right, so it's gonna be 4 out by adding the hot air there, and just like this, rubber stopper is molten. By adding hot air should be 2. Thus the difference between a 0.25 and a 1.25. Yeah. See about that. Oh yeah, quartz tubes. I'll need those at some point. Glass. Hot air glass. Sure. Hot air. The hottest of hot. Oh. That's slightly disappointing. There we go. I mean, the fluid bus is basically dead at this point. It ends here. So I am not worried in the slightest. Oh, what I am worried about, though, is that, yeah, that is off a little bit. There you go. And the hot air for this. It needs a little bit, just a little bit of the hot air. I need to make a... I have a doohickey. Now, how am I going to get this hot air? Stone bricks. That's the default go-to. In PyBlock, anyway. Yes, I understand that I do have the access to the looping of stone bricks now, warmer stone bricks, but, yeah, no. No. That's my answer to that. No. N-O. Nah. Oh yeah, I can give my bots something to do. That sounds like a great idea. Give bots something to do. I actually think I want to load into that. There you go. There you go. Have beautiful stuff. Alright, it sort of requires that I have molten glass. Right. Therein lies the problem. We need molten glass. Since we're doing science now, all of my molten glass is being consumed. If I wasn't doing science, I would have plenty, but I'm doing science, so I have none. At least we got rid of that, at least we got rid of that sulfur, right? At least we got rid of all that. You are empty. Because, you know, iron. The irony! Oh, the irony. You are full of locomotives, you are full, you are not even remotely. There you go, do that. You are full, full. Not even remotely full. You are waiting on lamps, you are waiting on glass. I could grab glass and bring it down. I do have another thing that's making me glass. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hi. Enjoy some power. Have power. Please. Please have power. Yeah, unfortunately there's, like, nothing I can do besides replace that to get them to do their thing. That left me with 6. I disagree. There we go. Always have to make sure I have 20 on me at all times. Because that's what I need for stuff. Now, why are you going all the way over here? Where are you going to try to charge? There were totally much better things over here. It's because this got rid of the zone, so they went to the nearest recharging station within the zone of the roboports, which was, I guess, this over here. Now they should charge as quickly as they can. Ish. Something like that. If only I had molten glass. If only it existed. Okay. What can I do in the meantime? In the meanwhile... What do I want? There's, like, not a ton of stuff I can even do. Not a lot. So, we can think about the grain science level of processing of stuff. Think about it. We can't actually do it. I can look at this and see that it's not actually... Oh, right. I could scale this. This would probably be the better option, is getting more output here. I actually ended up overdoing it on the buffs on this build. This actually only needs 12, not the full 15, because the full 15 is to process a yellow belt of the ores, and I did not scale this to process a yellow belt of ores. I processed it to scale the output of the iron from 8 of these steam-powered quenching towers. I can upgrade these to regular quenching towers now, can't I? Yes, I can. They require concrete. That is all they need. That is definitely an upgrade worth doing. Hello, standard quenching towers. That is a lot of small parts. Wow, and that's a lot of concrete, too. That's 5. You want me to use pipes now, huh? Well, it's good. It's a good thing I have a thing of pipe right there. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have another line that... I've got a ton of steam-powered quenching towers that I can upgrade, so I'll just make as many as I possibly can. That seems like an ideal circumstance. Just make as many of these as I possibly can. And now I am out of the iron to make more, so let's go get more iron. Now, I do realize that I could place a train down and just extend my track all the way up the bus, which is, you know, part of the idea here is I want to extend the track all the way up the bus so that I could theoretically ride a train up and down the bus if I so desired. Don't really desire at this point. But yeah, things. Lots and lots of things on the agenda, shall we say. I need lots of stuff. Let's get this going. I have 15, 16, and that'll cover one setup. Just gonna accrue as much iron as possible while I sit here. Just let it accrue. Let it accrue. It will run out super fast. Also, what? That shouldn't be. Why is this not... Interesting. I have... It must have been from the lack of power allowed it to back up a lot. And now it can... It has to adjust because of the other backups in the system. I can only do it 1-to-1. You have a buffer now of stuff. What happens if I get rid of that? It should fix itself. Slowly. I'm pretty sure that that's just a result of not having enough power for a brief period of time. Pretty sure, anyway. Alright, get out of the vehicle. Right up here. Get out. And upgrade these quenching towers. Right up here, you. Alright, now you actually need power. Here's the thing, though. These are the same crafting speed. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Yes, these are the exact same crafting speed. Good. That means I no longer have any need for the steam here. And once all of my quenching towers are upgraded to powered, I won't need any steam at all. Oops, that needed to exist. To go up and over or something? Why does this go like up and then it's because it's fed that way? I see. I see. Let's grab the other 8 of these, go over here and upgrade this newer setup. Yay, we did it. Now this, I can just trim all of this. Beautiful, wonderful pipe. I need to trim off some of these sinkholes as well, because it seems I have placed way too many. 1,000 per second of tailings. It's supposed to be 1,000 per second of tailings, but yeah, for some reason it's backed up on these. Well, it makes 16, so yes, it should be backed up by 1 per second still. But still, 6 of these, making that. Huh. Little odd, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's like only 6 of these are in use. 6 times 80 is 480. Nowhere near the 1,000, right? That's nowhere near 1,000 tailings. That's so odd. These must go really fast then. Yes, they do. So here's another change in PyBlock that I have up to this point completely failed to notice, right? So in PyBlock, not only are the sinkholes and the gas vents no longer needing any power, they also void significantly more than base Pi. So instead of being only 80 per second, which is the base Pi suite, they now do 200 per second. So yeah, that makes sense. 6 times 200 is 1,200 per second. That's processing the full 1,000. That means I have several of these that I can just get rid of. That is resources. That is a significant amount of resources. In fact, I could actually reclaim some gas vents as well if I wanted to make this a little bit more difficult in terms of the logistics of the pipes. Same thing here. Let's make sure I have 6, and then I can trim off all of this. Oh hey, stacking! Finally finished. It finally finished. There was an important tech I wanted. What was it? I forget. Oops. I have forgotten. What is the important tech that I wanted? There are several techs that I want. This one. energy distribution to unlock the medium power poles as well as the large power poles. This makes 500, 1,000, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do. Yeah, it's 1,000 total on here for the saline. For the saline water, the salinest of saline. That should take care of all of it for me. And I can do the same thing on the other side too, which is great. Which is fan-freaking-tastic. As for you, yep, it's 12 that I need, not 13, 14, and 15. There we go. Get rid of all of this crud. Just make sure the power moves. That would be great. There we go. And that's all I needed there. So if I wanted to scale this by doubling it again, which I theoretically could do, I would need to copy, probably not all of this, right? Because it's only a quarter, and this makes 2 sand castings, so I don't actually need to copy the sand castings. I would need to do the logistics to get sand castings over to the other side, where I'm doing this. And then I also have to think about, well, how am I going to deal with the iron as well, because there's definitely going to be more than a yellow belt of the iron at that point. So, yes, very much logistically taxing. Maybe even throw it onto a train. And load it onto a train and let the dudes take care of it over here. Just have a direct line down here, or put it on a really long belt all the way down to the bottom. Hey. Hello, belt. Hello, Beltline. It's good to see you, Mr. Beltline. From all the way over here, though. And of course, I, would need the resources to actually build this. I would need 12 buffs. For example, I have 4. I have 4 buffs out of 12. Which looks like I am limited by circuits. For that, where did I park? All the way over there. Gib circuits! And get rid of other things that I don't need anymore of. That was not the thing to get rid of. Get rid of the rails. Not those. Where'd I park? Up over here. You thing. Take rails. I'll keep a few rails on me. Put those in solid separator, the steam-powered quenching towers, because I don't have anything else to do with them at the moment. Get rid of that borax from my inventory completely. That extra lead, extra thingies. Alright. That's fine. Moving on. On my hunt for the extra iron. The hunt for iron continues. I have 7 minutes left in the stream. Scheduled. So, what do I need from here? I need belt. Belt. And undergrounds. And that's it. That's what I need from you. Going down, not down, over. Circuits! Circuits, glorious, beautiful, wonderful circuits. Up off, huh? The washer needs stone bricks. That thing is telling you for the clay and sand. Yeah, that's just a stone brick recipe. That's a recipe for stone bricks, I think. Hey, repair? Repair? There you go. I don't need repair packs if I have nanobots though, so maybe think about getting some nanobot ammo. That'd be great. There. I've got circuits. Okay, what was I making? These guys. 10, 11, 12. What else? I need steel. Supreme amounts of steel. Stuff, things. Nanobots are amazing. Now I can get rid of my 20 Constructobots. Now that I have access to infinite supplies of my beautiful nanobot ammo, nearly infinite supplies, I don't have to worry. No more worries ever again about stuff and things. Let's go. Steel. Steal my steel. Pretty sure it's only 2 casting units. Yes, 2 casting units. Regenerative heat exchanger, which I have. A couple of advanced foundries. So I need 1 of those. Copper cable. From copper, there we go. That's 2 AU. 2 AUE. I need a washer, a couple of soil extractors, and 5 jaw crushers. Where are you? There. Engine units. There's 5. And 5 electrolyzers. Well, that's that. Also a pressure pump. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan to me. Just grab that. Place it somewhere over here. Maybe in line with the rest of the stuff. That would be most ideal. Just place in line, like so. And off we go. I could use a few more pipe to ground, I think, in that particular build, and also wrought iron pipe. So I'll just back up to the start of the bus and go from there. Gosh, what am I going to do off screen? Like, I don't even know at this point, because it would be nice to go all the way up to the green science phase of ore processing, but I want to show going up to the green science phase of ore processing. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a conundrum to force myself to not to do the green science ore processing off screen. Probably I'll just push the speed back to 5 for a bit, let the game accrue stuff and do science, and we'll go from there next time. We do have an extended period of time, considering there's an extra day going into the Sunday stream to work on stuff. Ah, yes. Nanobots. Do I even have enough nanobots to place everything? Probably not. We shall see. Oh, and yeah, there's just no way I have enough electric poles for this. Yeah, place. Nanobots, go. Nanobots, go. Go. Do the thing. Oh, hey, I need inserters. Inserters are nice. So are the gas vents. Gas vents are also really nice to have. Settings. Mod settings. Nanobots. Nanobots? Not per player? Map? Nanobots. Hey, entities queued per cycle. As high as it can go. Ticks between queue cycles. 1, 4, minimum. Equipment rate. How often in ticks to search for orders. Yeah, 1. That should be as fast as it can go. Come on. Place things. There's like a delay in it placing things that I don't enjoy. Yeah, there's like this huge delay. Why? Why you huge delay? I have these things. It's probably trying to do so many things at a time that it is just failing. Huge delays. There's power. Ish. Anything else need to be placed? Besides the obvious? Missing gas vents? I think that's it. Alright then. You need to be the stuff. There's like no elegant way of getting the stuff here from here this way, is there? Maybe. If I move that one tile. We have what is often considered to be a thing known as success. There we go. This is the iron plates. This is the byproduct line that can go over to here. This now goes all the way over and up. What is this? What is this? Borax. Yes. Need this too. Borax. Come to the... Go, go, go. Do the thing. Glorious borax. And a solid fuel. Right. And a solid fuel. Doesn't really matter what solid fuel. Just a solid fuel. Just go down one. There you go. But wait, there's more. Was that the solid fuel, or was that the, borax? I think that is the borax there. That's the solid fuel. And away we go. More belt is required to do this thing. Power everywhere. The molten has begun. We're now 4 minutes over on the stream, but I sort of wanted to get this extra iron done and brought down on the line on the bus I wanted it to get brought down on. As long as there's nothing in the way here. That's too particularly egregious. Okay, where is the line that I'm drawing? It is this line, which is going to need that there. Whoops, that is wrong. Going up. Wait, can't I? No, this is technically not a blueprint. Going up. Duh. Yeah, that's... There we go. Think there was a pipe or something? That. There we go. That covers it thus far. Do that. That there. What sucks is that you have to like manually rotate. It doesn't automatically give you the matching underground. It just keeps it on the same side, and you have to rotate each and every time. And it doesn't overwrite the other entity, ghost entity, either. Okay. Phew! We've done it! Now I can just, like, let my bots do a thing. Yes, bots. Go, go, go. Actually come back, because I'm pretty sure I can run faster than you. Slash, my nanobots should be nanobotting. There they go. Slowly. Let's make that entities queued per cycle lower. See what happens with that. Did I run out of ammo? No. See, it's really weird and slow, and I don't know what setting exactly is causing that. Anyway, pretty much good to go. Straight down now. Oh, there's the pipe. I thought I saw a pipe in my way. I thought I saw a pipe in my way. I need more belt. Belt! There should be one more jump. Somewhere down here. There it is. Boink. Boink, boink, boink. And now we're good. All the way down. Run, run, run. Shake that tail. And that's the end of that. Oops. Oops. I think that's the first, like, building I've killed. Building? Outside of, like, a storage chest? Yeah. Oops. These things are fragile. They are fragile. They die rather quickly. Okay, let's see about get the iron if I've made a significant mistake of some sort. I made a significant mistake of some sort, somewhere. Where? The connection of the stuff with the gas vents. Right. Gas vents! Gas vents are very important. I need iron. I need my iron. I needs it. I needs the iron. So I'm just gonna run all the way up. All the way back over. Pick up iron along the way. Grab the stuff. So I'm actually gonna go over this way so that I don't run into my buffers up here at the top of the bus. Grab the iron as it goes past up here. There we go. That should be enough. Bot, return to me. All the way over here. Place those things, and now we're moving. The beautiful iron shall flow. And that'll, go through the backup here. The backlog, I should say, here of the iron. This will eventually get enough stuff, I would think. Oh, hey, what? Oh, right. Inserters are nice. Inserters are good to have. Yeah, those are good things. I made just enough. What's missing? Lights. Lights and power poles. Okay. We're good. We did the thing. We've got additional iron. That is now it's all exclusively going down to the mall. So I don't have to worry about having just a trickle of iron by the time it gets all the way down to the mall. So that will help to speed some things up. I may combine it into the main iron line at some point after it uses the first few things. Maybe like here. So that it can go into the other things that need iron so that the other things that use iron aren't being bottlenecked either. But we shall see about that. So, we're 12 minutes over, which means it is about time to end off the stream here. What did we get done today? We got green science done today, and have begun the process of transitioning into a mall. Have begun the process of transitioning into a mall, and begun the process of making some rails. Making some rails and placing down the beginnings of what will be the rail network. We'll see how that happens and plays out as time goes on. I need to figure out where I'm going to build some things and all that good stuff. All of the transition work that needs to be done, I'm going to be doing my dedicated unslimed iron build, I think, as one of the next things that I do. Like making the building so that I can do the unslimed iron processing with molten steel processing. That's like one of the first things that I need to do, as well as going into grade 4 copper casting, molten copper casting. So expect those in our next stream. Distributed on the rail network off screen. I'm going to let resources accrue so that I can do this. Otherwise, yeah, we got green science today and began our transitioning into the green science phase of the game that will last us through the rest of the game, ideally. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyanodon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyanodon, and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. I will, of course, be back on Sunday as we continue to upgrade our resources. Like, that's what we'll likely be doing, is just upgrading and improving the amount of resources that we have available to us so that I can spend them on more buildings, so that we can actually get into additional resources going forward. I hope to see you all then.